Welcome into today's edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. My name is Kevin Hicks. I'm joining you today as I have every day for the last 2+ weeks and every day moving forward. I am the lead beat writer for Arizona State Sun Devils on SI, and I will be working tirelessly to give you the best, most informative, most engaging content around all Arizona State Sun Devils programs throughout the city of Tempe. And I am so grateful to be joining you once again today. If you can look below you on the banner, follow me on X if you get a chance at khicks_21. I will be attending football practices in short order, and I will be getting video of practice time, of talks with media, press conferences, and games once the games start on August 30th. So, looking so much forward to um, being part of the Arizona State media fraternity, and it's going to be an absolute joy of a season. So, just wanted to start off today. I have two things to talk about in today's edition of the pod. First off, I want to talk about Molly Miller. We already talked about Bobby Hurley yesterday. So, media had talks with various Arizona State figures, including Jeff Ayers, who got invited to the Arizona State Athletics Hall of Fame. Bobby Hurley, who's entering the last year of his contract, going into year 11 with the men's program, and Molly Miller, who is the first-year head coach of the Arizona State women's basketball program after getting hired away from GCU after 5 seasons in that role, I believe. So Molly Miller is an extremely impressive coach. Well, she's only coached at smaller programs, Drury University, which is her alma mater, and Grand Canyon. She's won nearly 300 games in 10 seasons as a head coach. That's just something that you can't, not everybody is cut out to win at that rate, regardless of the program you're at. So obviously, Molly Miller is a phenomenal culture builder, and that's what she really stressed yesterday during the talk with media, is that she's going to flip the script in terms of Arizona State culture. The women's basketball program, once proud program, made 5 second week tournament appearances, including the Sweet 16 and Elite Eight, into the 25 years that Charlie Turner Thorne was the head coach. Turner Thorne stepped down after the 2021-22 season, was replaced by Natasha Adair, who was an impressive coach and an impressive person, but it just wasn't the right fit. The resources weren't there. The Big 12 was the transition to the Big 12 was a massive roadblock. They just went 29-62 over the last 3 seasons, and there were some very discouraging defeats in that process. Unfortunately, Graham Rossini had to move on from Adair, and he absolutely struck gold with Molly Miller. She's just 38, like I said, almost 300 career wins. And let's look at some of the roster makeup and some of the comments that she made. So she has 4 returning players from last year's team. 2 of them are expected to be starting players, and it's not going to be easy, but the returning players have experience in the Big 12 and they're actually productive players. It's not like Miller just chose to retain a small handful of unproductive players from last season's team. That's just not what it is. 7 transfer players incoming. So there's going to be a lot of new blood and then 1 freshman recruit. So the roster is going to be pretty experienced, going to be a team that sets the culture for the future for Arizona State women's basketball. And while they might not win a lot of games right away, fans should feel very good about the program moving forward. And Molly Miller talked about the shifting culture, as I previously said. So she was talking about her new team. They are awesome. I told them, I'm like, you just can't have this honeymoon stage 1 week. We're going to have to sustain this. It's easy to have juice week 1, but you build this and sustain this. Can you build habits where you love defense, where you're bought into it? So obviously she wants a physical, hard-nosed team that's not afraid to dive for 50-50 balls, box out, grab the rebound, set hard screens, finish physically at the rim, draw fouls, pressure the rim. She wants a squad that's gritty. She wants a squad that plays hard every single possession and doesn't take possessions off. And that's the absolute right mindset to have for any program building coach. And fans should be thrilled that Graham Rossini was able to hire her. That's his first big hire as athletic director. And on paper right now, it should end up being a resounding A hire 5 years from now, even probably going to age very well. All right, so the second thing I wanted to talk about is Sam Leavitt's comments to 0-3's Pete Nakos today that came out just this morning. His lofty goals for the 2025 season. Let's look at this quote. I have the national championship and the 2025 Heisman as my goals, but I don't like to look at things from a big perspective all the time, just day to day getting better. So obviously Leavitt, phenomenal leader. He leads by example. He donated his entire NIL earnings from last season back to the Sun Angel Collective for his teammates. He donated $15,000 to the Pat Tillman Foundation. Obviously a phenomenal leader, and this just should make fans gain even more respect for him. He's taken things day by day, but he still has lofty goals. That's exactly the mindset that the Arizona State fan base should want out of its players. That's exactly what Kenny Dillingham wants out of his players. He wants his players to take everything day by day. He wants them to put everything on the line for each other. He wants them to be intrinsically motivated to work hard, to sustain the goals that they have. And that's exactly what Sam Leavitt is doing right now. He knows the 29 touchdown, over 3,300 yard season was a very good season, but he knows he can do so much better this season, especially with Jordan Tyson returning, especially with Jaron Hamilton coming through in the transfer portal, especially with another year of Shimon Mateer and replacing Jalen Conyers at tight end, especially with what could be an even more potent running back room this year with more depth and versatility. Marcus Arroyo is one of the best OCs in the country. He's creative, he's innovative, he makes perfect in-game adjustments, and obviously tailors to Leavitt's game very, very well. There's a lot to like about this upcoming team, and I'm so excited, so fortunate, so blessed to cover it. Sam Leavitt could absolutely be a Heisman candidate. I don't believe that anything he said was far-fetched. I don't believe that there's anything wrong with having ambitions and goals in the midst of the preseason getting into full swing, I guess, starting to get into the swing of the season. Yeah, and just one more thing I want to talk about on that. He did say that he did not entertain the transfer portal. He said it was a quick conversation and then it was squashed. I'm in such a great position here. Got all my best friends here and the best team to play on. That's another absolutely impressive exhibition of character and leadership. There were likely major Power Four programs that were offering him more money than Arizona State was. The potential to start, the potential to get even more national exposure and exposure as a draft prospect, but he decided to stay in what was the best situation for him. He's riding or dying for his teammates every single day. Kenny Dillingham took a chance on him when he was a little-known transfer quarterback, and he ended up earning a spot. He ended up more than proving himself last season, and he is entrenched in the Tempe community now, and he has a very pronounced chance to become one of the very best Sun Devil quarterbacks of all time in 2025. Let's see if Leavitt can lead the program to even higher highs than he did in 2024. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for giving 9 minutes of your day to listen to me. Couldn't do it without you. See you again tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in today. Bye.